The most unrealistic thing about D&D is when a character goes from full strengths and abilities at 1 hit point to nothing, dying unconscious on the floor at 0. Well, that and the dragons. And the spells, and the realms. Okay, there's a lot of things unrealistic about D&D. But besides all those other things, that's not how combat and injuries in real life work. So what if we move the definition of what going down actually means? Think of your hit points not as your character's total health, but rather the amount of health that they can lose before they can no longer operate at full capacity. This of course means that after a character hits 0 hit points, there should be some sort of in-between a full combatant and dying on the floor. So how do you do that? Well, my table figured it out, or at least some homebrew rules that work for us. And if you want to see it in action, you should check out our gothic horror actual play that's right here on this channel. A little bit of a shameless plug, but can you blame me? Okay, the official rules for when a character hits 0 HP is that they become unconscious and they start making death saving throws. However, that means on your turn, all you get to do is roll a single d20 and wait. And that's not really fun, is it? I mean, there's a bit of suspension, but wouldn't it be more exciting if on your turn you had action economy and those actions came with a bit of a risk because you're no longer operating at full capacity? My table's homebrew rule is that instead of going unconscious, the character enters a prone dying condition in which they are awake, but they are too injured to operate under normal gameplay. Instead, they can still make normal death saving throws on their turn, or they can invoke a feature in which we call the Mettle of Valor. This feature must be chosen before rolling the death saving throw because it replaces that action and instead gives the player 3 different options. The first option is on their turn, the player can choose to take any of the basic actions that we already have in D&D. This is your dash, dodge, hide, or help. However, because you are injured, all of the actions that a player takes is going to come with some type of consequence. In this case, any of the basic actions come at the cost of 1 failed death save. That means you're not leaving it up to chance this round, you are failing. In fact, the player can even take it a step further, for a cost, of course. Our second option that a player can take is a more advanced action in which they can take an attack or an opportunity attack. However, this is a big move to take when you're injured, and it's gonna come at the cost of 2 failed death saves. Maybe combat is drawing towards the end and just 1 hit could change the tide of the battle and you could get healed. Or maybe all hope already looks lost for your character and you just want to go out with a bang protecting those you love. Or maybe the circumstances are entirely different and your character does not want to risk death. In this case, for our third option, a player can choose to go unconscious and get 1 guaranteed successful death save. However, once a character makes this decision, they cannot wake back up until they are healed or stabilized, which means that they forfeit any of the abilities above or even a final goodbye after that moment. This action also cannot be used for a character's 3rd successful save. There's gotta be some type of consequence. And that's it. Can these rules be twisted and break the game? Maybe. You let us know. Did we purposely not mention a character casting a spell that could heal themselves or taking a potion and then immediately getting back up, therefore canceling out the action of going down? Yes. Yes, we did. At this moment, we did. We did. But you can call whatever shots you want at your table. Because at the end of the day, these rules were made for us at 4 ranks to spice up our game and drama at the table. Not really made for Steve, who tried to use a 1st level spell to one-shot the BBEG. But in our campaign, City of Shadows, I spent almost the entirety of the final battle of the 1st arc down. And yet, because of these rules, I was able to deliver lines of dialogues that made the other players at the table make faces like this.
Oriana, I feel really cold. That's it.
Receive visions of mythical items.
Oriana, you watch as Eleanor's eyes roll back in her head as you are pulled into this vision.
And deliver a final heart-wrenching line before my untimely end.
It's okay. I'm sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry too.
And if you ask me, that's a lot more exciting than rolling a d20 every 20 minutes. Now, since I've shared some homebrew ideas of what my table does and you might take some ideas from it, I think it's only right if I get to take some from you too. So comment down below your favorite homebrew rules for dying, combat, or anything else in D&D. Until we meet again at the 4 Rings Inn.